when you have a cool name like Damian Velazquez, you better also have a cool shop, some cool machines, and some awesome products to back up that cool name. And Damian certainly has that. Here we are in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the studio and shop of Damian Velazquez. So check it out. All right, well, we're at the fab shop and I guess studio of Damian Velazquez here in
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, Albuquerque. I drew a blank. Where am I?
Albuquerque.
So he's got this cool old Amada shear. You'll see a video a little bit later here of him running it. So how long have you had this?
I got this last year.
Oh, okay. And so is it a 10 foot or what?
It's an 8 foot, 3/16.
But I wanted to show you this oversized example of one of the products that they make. Pretty cool. So plasma table, he's got a laser now, we'll show you that in a second. This is a shop saber. A lot of guys ask me about plasma tables. This is definitely a nice, well-built machine. And if he didn't need to cut perforated, he would love to get rid of it. So, and he just got this press brake from me. He's had it probably a month or so, maybe a little less. And he's been using it to bend up some stuff and has been pretty happy with it, but we're further refining it and getting things dialed in. So we'll show you some of the bending that we're doing. But this is a Prima Press 5 foot, 70 ton CNC servo brake with a Delum D853T. 4-axis back gauge, 4+1 that is. It does have crowning. So I've shown these in quite a few videos. Very, very nice, nicely made machines for an import brake. You can see the crowning servo there. So the first thing that Damian got from me probably, what, 3-4 months ago, 5 months ago, is the Rocky laser compressor. So he's been happy with the fit and finish build and the performance of that, but it does have a very high frequency tone to it that's driving him crazy, but hopefully he's got a plan for that. And then Sinfing 3 kilowatt 5x10 open laser. You've had this how long?
A year.
A year, okay. So 3 kilowatt, and there's his Rakis power source over there. And this is very similar to the machines that you see in my videos. Same control system, very similar build.
Just put new slats on it.
Okay, first time putting new slats in it.
They build up with that junk pretty quick.
You can see right there the perforated area in there. That's the fume extraction system, and that gets pulled to the back here. And you get, you know, the machines come with a squirrel cage type extraction fan like that, and then you can route the plumbing out, you know, wherever you need to go. You can see Damian's got compressed cylinders of nitrogen and oxygen, 12 packs there, and he's got the compressor. All right. Yeah, this is super cool. So what's the heaviest plate you've lifted with it?
I think I did a piece of 3/8.
3/8?
So
So we're gonna step outside. Got the swamp cooler here. We got some morning sun, long shadows this morning, but sandblasting rig and there. So he does all of his own blasting, powder coating here.
Thought I was gonna be like a sculptor, make found object stuff.
That's cool. Oh, did you make it?
Yeah. Pluck a chicken in 60 seconds.
Oh, it's rubber. Let's demonstrate it. Because this is the woodworking stuff in here too, right?
This is more just, this is overflow machinery.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
So, you know, blasting room, finger brake, tubing roller, sheet roller.
What will this roll? How thick?
This is
Like 14 gauge, okay.
48 inch
Gotcha.
powered. Really nice. I used to have a hand crank one.
So did you machine these grooves
No,
for
came like
that? Okay, for rolling round bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll roll rod, roll sheet. That's some of the stuff we've rolled up there. Fire pits.
And these guys here that you've been bending on the brake, and the ones you got out there as well. All these parts. What are these for?
They're for an outdoor chimenea fire pit.
I got you. You got a finished one in here?
No, I don't.
We'll get some finished.
We've been a little behind on just-in-time orders.
Ellis bandsaw. I got one. I think it's the exact same model.
1600.
Yeah, 1600.
That's our
Looks
backup
good.
for portable jobs or big stuff that we need.
Working our way into a different building here that he's connected together. Wood shop area. Got the Shop Saber router. Very, very nicely made machine. I think you said, was it 5 horsepower spindle on it?
Horse,
Yeah.
5-tool changer, 20-horse vacuum.
His son works with him here too and makes some of these. Very nicely made out of walnut. So some of these are glue ups, right?
Yeah.
But is this a glue up or not?
He'll glue this up and then he takes it on the router and cuts out the shape. So he's got it where he'll cut this and then he comes back and he'll run a chamfer bit and do that little chamfer on both sides. He's got it dialed in to be able to flip it and it registers the same on each side.
Get the chamfer in, yeah. And then he does some hand finishing, sanding, and then finishes them.
Finish them up and oil them and
Yeah,
the door.
very cool.
I just see all the cluttered, but it's all needed for production.
So this is pretty cool, facing out to one of the main roads in this industrial area. And then right off the street is the showroom with some examples of some of the kind of work that Damian does. Very cool, unique styling here. All powder coated, sort of a modern, unique, definitely unique style. So what's the material on this, Damian?
That's a 304 stainless expanded metal.
Is it like a 14 gauge or something like that, or?
13, half by 13 is the material designation.
Gotcha.
By the time it's flattened, it's probably about 16 gauge, 14 gauge.
Like a 1/4 inch round bar? And this is all TIG welded, right?
Yeah.
So you plasma cut all these profiles out,
And then TIG weld them.
and then the gentle, do you put these through the roller to get the gentle rolls, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stainless isn't, it moves when you don't want it to, and it doesn't move when you want it to.
So this is Damian's own design that's loosely based on this kind of a design that was one of the first pieces that he ever made. But this design originated, tell me the name of the guy again.
Shido Kudamata, Japanese designer, did this in 1986. World famous guy.
So everybody likes the looks of this one, but Damian went for something that was more aesthetic or more comfortable to sit in. And you can see this has got a straight, seat, not really a good spot to put your arms not very comfortable, although it looks super cool. So some more of his pieces. You can see there's wood and metal. Very modern, very simple, clean. Just really nice craftsmanship, you know, all the joints and seams. So that's tubing that's been bent. It's not pieces that are welded, right?
Yeah, we bend all that by hand.
I got you. A couple more pieces here, made on the same theme. Are these stainless too?
Yeah.
So you started out, he was telling me he started out making these in mild steel, and even though they're powder coated everywhere, you know, there's gonna be some areas in the seams that don't get powder in them. And then over time, you sort of get rust developing and it sort of drips down and, you know, creates staining and all. So even though it's a lot more expensive, he went to stainless, and it's also powder coated, so you have something that'll never rust. Powder coating samples. All right, so we're equaling out our right and left sides. You can see we started out with that, and we overcorrected one side, kind of getting our basis there with that one, and then here's the last one. And putting an angle finder on them, they're dead on. So all press brakes, whether it's the cheapest $10,000 press brake or a $250,000 Mitsubishi, they all need correcting and dialed in. And you'll see a lot of times I show angles being measured here that are not exactly 90, you know, 91.5 you saw there. And that's the process of dialing in. So we had that to within 1.5 degrees and a few more changes, and we got it, you know, dead on 90. And then once you kind of understand the correction and how that works, you can pretty much dial in any material within one test bin, maybe two at the very most.
Let's start. I was just, you know, goofing around with a new press brake and took the test bends and realized how precise those can be. And so if you're able to dial in the inside width and the outside width, you can actually make these fit super snug like a box.
Are these the same part? You just
Same
stuck
part,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
but you could make one a little smaller and
that's, so being able to tweak stuff just by.
So if you go here, let's see, edit, modify. So Damian had an old Diarco brake, 6-foot brake that he sold that, you know, it was not a very accurate machine as a lot of the older machines are not, but he had a lot of tooling, you know, kind of stacked up for it. And he was asking me if we'd be able to use it on this. So we took out the riser blocks that come from the factory on these machines, and I slipped a piece of his tooling in there. You can see the tang fit up is perfect, and we were able to get some parameters changed to be able to get it to come down low enough, because this is a lot shorter than, you know, the tooling that it comes with. So we were able to make use of that style tooling in here. So we're at Damian's desk using the offline programming software to enter in a bunch of tooling that he has, and so we can literally sit at his computer with you know, full keyboard and everything, enter it in, and then pop it on a thumb drive and take it over to the machine and make it a lot easier that way. much?
Within the ballpark.
Okay. Gauge depth different?
I think somebody's got to bend one flange first, otherwise.
127.1 out of 128 was the target. Go, no go gauge. So we just set up a program to produce this part, and we're going to dry run it now and make sure that the back gauge depth, the way it's behaving, the way the ram's coming down, that it's performing like it's supposed to, and it's cycling through the steps. Going. So go to the program screen and go down to your repetition. So 1 on that one, and step 2, 2 on that one. Okay. So the parts you saw us making throughout this video is a product that Damian has come up with and sells it on his website. This is modernfirepits.com, which is one of his sites. And you can see it's a chimenea style, sort of a modern, cool look. And so he sells these direct on his website, sells them locally. And then he's got, I believe on this product, he's got set up with sort of a wholesale distributorship with some retail outlets. And then you can see some locations here in New Mexico that if you wanted to see one of these in person, they actually have them there in their facility. So anyway, big thanks to Damian for his hospitality, and enjoyed getting a chance to get out and see him and get him trained up and his machine dialed in. And I think he's pretty happy with it overall. Thanks, guys. See ya.